Okay, you are going to do daily work. We've kind of taken a break from this, but you have a quiz on Friday. And that quiz is on conjunctions, and we're going to do a little review. It's only 10 questions, multiple choice questions, and 2 diagrams. So today, we're going to diagram 2 sentences, and tomorrow we're going to diagram 2 sentences just to prepare you. Next day, you're going to take a quiz.
Exactly.
So, if you can, you should have a section in your notebook, daily work. If you just write this, if you want to continue on a page, you can. But if you, not asking anybody to comment. So listen, because this will save you some work if you listen. I would like you to write 1 and 2, and you don't need to recopy the sentence. If you want to, you can, but you just need to look at it and write number 1. Is it simple, compound, complex, or compound complex?
Are those names from Flintstones?
I wondered if one student would
I was
recognize
gonna say that, believe it or not.
Way to go. So you guys still know the Flintstones, yes.
And you remember, and you get extra.
Oh, I'm not asking.
Okay, Davis.
Are we supposed to write the date down, right?
You don't know what the Flintstones
You
is?
require.
How dare. I will give you the.
You do not,
What? Oh my gosh, stop talking.
Who's Wilmy?
you don't need to know. You don't need to know, not at this point. So, Fred and Wilma, okay?
Wilma. I wrote Wilma.
And you don't need to read it out loud either. You're very capable of reading silently. So you're going to say, is it simple, compound, compound, complex? Then you're going to diagram it. So that's going to be where you do the sentence. You're actually going to diagram it. And when you're done, raise your hand and let me look at it. I'm probably going to ask 2 people to put their diagram up on the board. We will go over it. We're going to play a quick little review game that may involve candy. And then we're going to work on the paper. Okay, Davis, do you have a question?
Will we just like write the date, like the day of work?
Yes. I will give you a little review before I collect that.
Oh, I thought we were going for day 1 tomorrow, I'm sorry.
No, it's 2 today
Let me see.
and 2 paint prices.
Big fish.
Miss Childers, I may be wrong, I wanted to ask, should there be a comma after
We're
rain?
gonna talk about where the commas would go. None of these sentences are punctuated except for the period at the end.
Okay,
So
cause,
if you're looking at it thinking there are missing commas, there are missing commas.
I was just like, cause, yeah.
Okay, are you?
I'm like,
You wouldn't do 2 in there. You would do it.
I got giggles on this one. I do. Sure.
Can I do number 2? Or I'm not.
Here,
Okay,
you
I'm
number
just
one,
gonna-
I'll do number two.
Oh,
I'm just gonna go with the overfinish.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
What car? The car.
That is why you're my favorite.
It was careless.
Okay, Grayson, I'm gonna put your name on the board. Isaac, Spencer, Jackson, be on notice. You're about to go up too. There's no reason to.
Oh, sorry. I finished it and I needed response, sorry.
Second one? Right here. That's actually like one of the girls that I was diagram that. This is great, it's like it's verb to verb. Yeah. Good. Good. Just make sure you're connected for that's. Okay, you guys, while they're doing this, I think enough of you are done. I wanna go ahead and talk about this. I did not have you label parts of this sentence, but of course, a best practice is to be able to identify your conjunctions and your clauses to decide what's the sentence structure. So right here, Jackson, do you see a conjunction in number 1?
I do, actually, well, and is one, but it's not connecting to independent clauses.
Correct. So do you see a conjunction connecting clauses?
I do, wow.
Wow, and what kind of conjunction is that?
Subordinating conjunction.
Subordinating conjunction. So that should already let you know we've got some type of complex sentence going on. So Owen, what is one clause that you see in number 1?
Their friends are betrayed.
Okay, and that starts with a subordinating conjunction. So what type of clause is that? Dependent. And then, Jaden, there's another clause in this sentence. What is it?
The number is one.
oh,
What? Fred and Wilma?
No, like they drove their car to Atlanta.
Okay, all of this. Fred and Wilma drove their car to Atlanta. So we've got an okay, huh?
oh.
You know what? It's okay. It's okay. We've got an independent clause, we've got a dependent clause. Lena, what's the sentence structure for number 1? Okay, complex sentence. So let's look at this. We've got Fred and Wilma. The verb drove. Fred and Wilma drove who or what? Car should be a direct object. And then you have which car or whose car? Their car. And then the dependent clause comes underneath. Friends rode what? Train. Which train? The train. And then you connect verb to verb, dotted line with your subordinating conjunction.
And then we.
Okay, Spencer.
Does the dotted line have to be straight?
It does not. I mean, yeah, textbook, technically that's how they do it, but it's really hard to align these. So even if it's like this, as long as it's verb to verb, then it's going to be, that will be fine, okay? Isaac.
Where do you put two, man?
So we haven't gotten to adverbial prepositional phrases, but that answers the question here. It goes under drove.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, questions about this? So that's a complex sentence. The main thing I want to remind you is no matter where in the sentence your dependent clause is, it's always down. Dependent clause is down. Okay? Okay, and then number 2, Griffin, do you see a conjunction in number 2 that's connecting clauses? And? And what kind of conjunction is that?
Coordinating.
Coordinating. Sarah, do you see any other conjunctions?
There's a fly.
Well,
When?
When, what kind of conjunction is that?
Subordinated?
Subordinating, okay. So, Audrey, what's one clause in this sentence?
Loyal?
And number 2?
Oh, number two.
Uh-huh. One clause, either independent or dependent.
When?
Okay. What comes after when?
When the cross is supposed to be rain.
Yeah, and that's a dependent clause, okay? So we've got a dependent clause, and then Zach, what's another clause?
The baseball game was canceled.
Okay, is that a dependent or an independent?
Independent.
Independent, because it can stand alone. And then the last one, the fans ran to their car. Joy, what kind of clause is that?
Dependent?
Can this stand alone? The fans ran to their cars?
Yeah, I'm independent.
Okay, independent. So 2 independent, 1 dependent. Reagan, what kind of sentence structure is that? Compound complex. Okay? Okay, and then we come over here and we have, when you have compound complex, start with your compound part of the sentence, because that's going to go on top. So game was canceled. Now, we haven't got to this, but did anybody do this? Nobody did. Okay, that's fine. We're going to talk more about that with adverbs, and I would accept this. Was canceled. Which game? The baseball. There's our coordinating conjunction on that horizontal dotted line. Fans ran. Which fans? The fans. And then you didn't have to put this, but where did they run to their cars?
it rained.
Now, your dependent clause comes down here. Clouds poured, rain. What kind of rain? Heavy rain. Which clouds? The clouds. Okay, and then you're connecting verb to verb with that subordinating conjunction. How do you know whether this dependent clause should have come here or come here? Huh?
Let's see, like, because it's talking about like why the games were canceled, kind of,
You want to look and see where is the closest relationship.
yeah.
So the game being canceled would be the closest relationship, and if you feel like it's kind of equally divided, well, that's why the fans ran and that's why the game was canceled, then go with whatever in closest proximity. But you want to just go with the relationship, and I would have done it like this. David?
So like on a test, would you count off for like whatever side we put it on?
No, no, I just want you to think about it, okay? Okay, so, let me ask you, Jack, what are 3 types of conjunctions? These are questions without notes, by the way. What are 3 types of conjunctions?
Subordinating, coordinating,
That other one, okay. I'm gonna give you candy for 2. Does
What?
anybody know the third Grayson? Okay, Grayson?
I got it.
Coordinating, subordinating, correlating.
I said coordinating.
Dang
I'd like to get one.
it!
Jackson, calm down, because Jackson, now, you're going to tell us what are the coordinating conjunctions? Can you name them?
All of them?
All 7.
7? Ooh. And, but, or, for and, nor, or for and, or, but, or, yet so. For
Say it
and,
slowly.
For and, nor, but, or, yet so.
Okay, so that's the coordinating conjunctions.
What about
Okay,
wrong?
Amanda.
I got me, yeah. Watermelon. Can I eat it?
was not talking.
Sorry.
Amanda, what type of clauses are connected by coordinating conjunctions?
like coordinating conjunction, that's like an voice.
Yes. What type of clauses?
Independent.
Independent clauses. Very good. Okay. Yes. Okay, Spencer. Can you give me one example of a correlative conjunction pair?
Hair?
Correlative conjunctions have two, they're pairs. Can you just give me one example? Either or, neither nor, but also, okay? Davis, can you name the WW Asia B?
When, while, where, as, since, if, although, because.
That's right. And Griffin, can you tell me what type of conjunction did she just make? What?
Subordinated.
Subordinating?
Yeah.
And Huck, can you tell me three other subordinating conjunctions besides what Davis just
Wait,
listed?
she said when, while, where, as, since, if,
Mhm.
although, because,
Yeah.
although, or also, wait. For, no, yeah.
There's no acronym for these. These are the extras.
Oh, right, okay, but, also,
No.
okay.
Okay, I'll come back to you with another one. Can you?
After, before, and because? Oh,
I got
We've
one.
already named that. After, before, what's another weird
I
one?
got one, can I say one, please?
Oh, wait, yeah, we've already said
I got one.
Okay, Owen, add to it. What?
Until you get.
Until, even though,
That's mine, it did.
okay. Okay, who else has not answered a question? Isaac,
Can you come back to me though?
I will.
Okay.
How do you punctuate a fanboy joining two independent clauses?
Comma, before, before any conjunction.
Very good, a comma before. Okay, Julie,
Good job.
how do you
Hold on.
punctuate when there is a dependent clause at the beginning of the sentence? Where?
The comma right after the dependent
A
clause.
comma right after the dependent clause. Okay,
Go for
who
seconds.
else? Huck, how do you punctuate a sentence that has a dependent clause at the end of the sentence?
You don't put a comma.
You don't put a comma.
Yay.
Okay, do I have any, oh, yeah, I've got a couple more questions. Okay, what
go again?
is the name of a sentence, this is for you, a sentence that has two independent clauses? Compound sentence. Joy, what is the name of a sentence that has,
Roll up. Oh no, oh my gosh.
I'm popping my, oh, what?
I would suggest you look this way, not behind you. Okay, who was I talking to?
Joy.
Joy. Okay, Joy, what is the name of what's the sentence structure of a sentence that has one independent clause and at least one dependent clause?
Complex.
Complex. Okay. Zach, what is the name of a sentence structure that has one independent clause? Simple. Okay, and Sarah, was I calling you?
Not really.
Okay, Sarah, what is the name of a sentence structure that has two independent clauses and at least one dependent?
Compound complex.
Compound complex.
I can make it a question.
Okay.
I'll do it one race.
Okay.
Owen.
Put your hand down. It's less. Is there anybody that wants to answer a question? Jaden, you want to?
Sure.
Okay. What's the definition of a conjunction? Okay. Have I called on you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you called on that.
Twice.
Two.
Take a two.
You called him twice.
I did? I know, I thought the first. Oh,
Spit it
that's
out,
right.
Faith. Spit out
I
the
still, yes, spit it out. No, we are not going to that level. What is the definition of a conjunction?
A conjunction is a word that can combine a phrase or a clause.
Or,
Sentence.
no, a word that joins something, phrases, and clauses.
Adjectives? No.
Blank, girl. Okay, smaller than a phrase, bigger than a letter.
Words?
Words? So say it all together.
Conjunction is a word that can join or link words, phrases, and clauses.
Very
What
good.
were you saying, word girl?
Okay.
I was saying word girl, I was trying to know.
I remember
really
word girl.
outdated references. Okay, so you guys, all of that shows you, what, did I not ask you a question?
Oh, no, it is.
Okay, do you have a question for me? Okay, all of this is an example of what's going to be on the quiz. 10 questions, 6 of which will be sentences, and you'll identify what the sentence structure is. You can have questions about commas. The sheet, does anybody have their conjunction template right there
Yeah.
in their notebook?
You want with the definition?
How about subordinated conjunctions?
Okay, right, this is what the main thing. If you had to look at anything,
Yeah.
this would be the main thing. Somebody asked me last class, do I need to memorize all the subordinating conjunctions?
Stop it.
Well, let's just say I'm a comp teacher and I haven't. You should be able to recognize them. You should have fanboys memorized and be able to recognize correlative and subordinating. Okay? So you'll do that. What's going to happen on Friday is you're going to get a notebook. Your quiz is going to be a Google form. You will have a piece of paper that you diagram 2 sentences on. As soon as you finish that, you'll pick up an editing sheet and you will work on editing your story. That's Friday. So we'll do something like this again tomorrow, not quite as long, just to prepare you. Isaac,
Wait, what did I do?
you made noises and you talked.
A what?
You made noises and you talked. Okay, Spencer. 30. Okay? Okay, good.